Southern Fried, talking wide, live shows, we keep it tight. SFP, bring the heat every day and every night. We talk Southern things, boots and rings, front porch rocking while the rooster sing. From the morning prayer to the evening chat, if you ain't tuned in, where you at? We keep it real, we keep it right. Southern folks talking all day and night. Wake up early with that morning funny, coffee in hand, skies kinda sunny. Dave in the AM, talking about the day, mag a minute, devotion, hey, we don't play. Mondays, mama says she's speaking wise. Hump day news, y'all better recognize. Fridays, prayer live, hands to the sky. Sunday morning, in the word testify. We talk Southern things, boots and rings, front porch rocking while the rooster sing. From the morning prayer to the evening chat, if you ain't tuned in, where you at? We keep it real, we keep it right. Southern folks talking all day and night. Tuesday night, it's night talk deep. Dave's got stories that'll cut you deep. Front porch talking past the tea. Gossip about town and who's who seat. Veteran of the week, salute and stand. Pets of the week, yeah, we love that clan. Recorded talks from crime to ghosts. We cover it all, yeah, we do the most. So hit that link, don't miss a beat. SFP's where the South folks meet. Laughter, prayer, or tales so bold. Southern humor with a heart of gold. We talk Southern things, boots and rings, front porch rocking while the rooster sing. From the morning prayer to the evening chat, if you ain't tuned in, where you at? We keep it real, we keep it right. Southern folks talking all day and night. So subscribe, tune in, grab a chair. Robert and Dave, y'all know we're there. From Southern fried tales to prayerful days, we bring that Southern fire in every way.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Southern Fried Podcast Friday morning edition. I'm Rob, and that's Dave, and we're here to start your day off just right. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Friday. And take time today to remember those sacrifices was made for our nation on D-Day. And thousands upon thousands of lives lost, damaged forever for the cause of freedom. Day that will never be forgotten, should never be forgotten. We can never highlight it enough. What a massive undertaking. The world at war.
Yes.
Good morning, Michael. Yes, y'all good people. All good people. Made to the weekend. Hopefully you got great plans. It's been alive, it's a good plan.
It's a start.
Hopefully you get through work day, won't be too bad. Unless you got to work this weekend. Some people are just starting their work week. Weekenders, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
You're right.
Days. Everybody talking about the weekend, and you're just starting. Your Monday.
Yeah, that kind of ticked you off.
Well, some people, people get happy if you got to come into work. You're not feeling that, but your time comes. So yeah. Shout out today to Old Town, Florida. Old Town, Florida. Dixie County, Florida. Shout out to you fine folks. Not much on the map, but we recognize you. God bless you this morning. The coffee is good as we broadcast by the banks of the Southern Fried River as it lazily flows through the state of Georgia from Studio A to Studio B. Empties into parts of Florida unknown. We'll have to search that out one day.
Yeah, we're going to need to. We're going to need to.
Rumble, quite a few folks jumping in the Rumble channel. Appreciate you. We put the card up for all of our Rumble friends. We're adding to it. We need to add another card. We got more.
Yep.
Good podcasters that we need to highlight. Good morning to you on Instagram. We will give you, see here. There we go. There you go. Welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. Ever get one of them little nicks on your hand that won't stop bleeding? That's what I'm doing with it right now. I'm trying to pressurize it so I won't clot up. It's making me angry. Lots going on in the news. The ongoing war of the words between Elon and the president. One of those things that's happening.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Play nice.
Yeah. Something that's actually a little bit bigger in the news. ICE officials have intercepted thousands of kilos of drug-making chemicals in latest Chinese infiltration attempt. Mexican drug cartels are getting help from the Chinese to build their drug empire that feeds off American consumers. Border Patrol, this is off Fox, by the way. Give them credit. Border Patrol officials intercepted 50,000 kilos of precursor chemicals this week used in the process of manufacturing methamphetamines, sent from China and intended for members of the Sinaloa cartel in Mexico. In addition to providing the cartels with the chemicals needed to make illicit drugs, Chinese entities are also one of the foremost actors in helping them launder their proceeds, according to the Treasury Department. China has long stood against the United States, and why do we keep letting this go on? I know they're going to do what they're going to do, but by golly, there ought to be some way we can lock that down. It's crazy. So
sad. A lot of bad in the world. I'm going to fight for freedom. Freedom from a lot of things. Protect the American citizen. It should be job number one of our government. Absolutely.
It should be. It should be, but I don't feel like that's the case anymore. Now the case is, it's getting better from where it was, but it's more like, well, what can we do to make these politicians more and more money? Let's make them all the money that we can for all the little pet projects that they have, and to heck with the American people. Yeah, that's on both sides of the aisle.
The loser in the Boulder, Colorado attack is facing 118 counts over the attack on the Jewish people. I wish they'd take him on the Gitmo and just put him in there and deal with him there. But anyway.
Why can't we go ahead and just have him a trial next week? I mean, why do they even keep counting after, say, 20 or 30? The guy's obviously crazy. Why keep stacking up the charges? You get 20 or 30 charges like that against somebody like that. Why not just go ahead and have the trial?
Yeah, I think it's just to get justice for each individual, multiple counts. The oldest was 88, 88 years old. I hope they're okay. I don't know the health of those that were attacked. My gosh, that's horrible. But they stacked. Each name would have a list of charges that they filed for each one. He is facing, if convicted, if those sentences were run consecutively, that would be 48 years in state prison for each of the 14 victims, 672 years. I believe we could save a lot of money if we just go ahead and take care of that.
Yes. Why wait to go? Why pay to send him to Gitmo? Big long tree and a piece of rope would fix that problem.
Well, the reason is I would at Gitmo we could control the press, and he shouldn't get no screen time whatsoever. They should just take care of it.
He shouldn't get any screen time whatsoever. But
that's why I'm not saying his name. I'm just calling him the idiot, the evil person. I'm not going to let his name get out from my lips. The heck with the guy. I've said it because it was news, but from going forward, I'm not announcing his name. Mm-hmm. But
nah.
He attacked a bunch of old people screaming "in Zionist" and called them killers.
If you could do that, you have no business in society. I mean, come on. You have no business being out in society.
That's right.
You have no use. You're nothing but a hate and fear monger. There's probably nothing anybody can do to help you. And even if, as far as mentally goes, and if you do help them mentally, can you ever trust them back out in society? No. This was an act of sheer out and out hate and evil. And we have ways of dealing with stuff like that. And instead of dragging this out forever and ever and ever, and putting him in a cell forever and ever and ever, just get it over with.
I would have no problem with that. Give him his trial and take care of it.
Swift justice.
But it's terrorism. It's terrorism against the country.
Yeah.
They have a right to be here. He did not. And even if he did, it wouldn't matter. You can't do that.
And that's the funny part about it. They're citizens and legal people in this country. He wasn't even supposed to be here.
I know. Just pure evil. Like I said, that he's not fit for any society. He never should see freedom again. And also, he should never breathe again. But they'll lock him up, and I'm sure the media will try to get interviews with him to hear his side. You know they will.
Who cares?
And some demented female will want to marry him while he's in prison.
Oh.
Have conjugal visits with him and have another baby.
Well, there might be, some, deranged men that want to have sex with it too in this day and age. If they manage to pull off a baby, though, that might make news. Now, somebody that I absolutely can't stand, Greta Thunberg. I cannot stand this young lady or woman or whatever she is now. She wants to talk about, climate change and all this stuff here and, the batteries in her phone. I mean, she needs to throw her phone away. She needs to throw her car away. She needs to ride a bike everywhere she goes, if that's the way she feels about it, that she can start affecting change. No. To affect change, she set sail this week aboard the Madeleine, hoisting a Palestinian flag with 11 other activists. It will try to reach the shores of the Gaza Strip to bring in some aid, raising awareness over the humanitarian crisis there. She said, we're doing this because no matter what odds we are against, we have to keep trying. The Israeli Defense Force confirmed Wednesday that it was monitoring the flotilla. And for this case as well, we are prepared. IDF spokesman told the Times of London, we have gained experience in recent years and we will act accordingly. This is off Fox again. Okay. So your new form of being an activist is to support the terrorists in Palestine. That is your new form of activism, is to support terrorism.
I think it's called trying to keep your name in the press, and you're looking for controversial things that will guarantee that. The climate thing sort of fell off a little bit. Got to look for new avenues, new ways to keep your 15 minutes of fame going. A sad situation.
Here's the thing, though. This young lady or person, whatever, I hate to call her lady. I don't know nothing about her, personal or nothing like that. But, this person has influence. She has influence in this country. There's a lot of people that get really behind Thunberg, and most of them are in college. My whole thought is this, there's so much good that people that want to be activists could do and could speak out about. There's millions of problems in the world. This is where she wants to hang her hat. A lot of people are hanging their hat on that Palestinian hook.
It's the popular one right now. It's become the, it's popular. It gets you attention. It's a movement, and people like to join movements, and they know the press is going to come running, and they're going to get a lot of attention. And it's an anti-establishment kind of movement too. It's the big, mean, ugly, government against the, so it's a cause. They're taking up a cause, and again, it's guaranteed to get you attention, guaranteed. Now, whether she, really, I don't know what she really believes or hasn't been on that bandwagon before. It sounded like to me just jumping on for the attention.
Yeah.
If you've always done that, okay, I get it. But if you're just jumping on Johnny come lately, so to speak, I think it's just for attention or just to try to advance, I don't know if she makes money off any of this or not. I think her parents are fairly affluent. And so she may be running around with their dime, but I'm sure she's made some money along the way.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's basically the same thing she's having as a bowel movement. She's getting all kind of attention off her bowel movement. I don't know why you couldn't get some attention off your movement, Michael. You should box it up and send it to her. And then she can compare her movement to your movement. I mean, come on, she's an expert in movement. So that's kind of harsh early this morning.
But it has this is not the only time, and it won't be the last time. There's been others. There was the girl that went over there and stood in front of the bulldozers and the bulldozer operator didn't know that she was there, and that this young lady got killed. She didn't understand when a bulldozer coming over a hill, they can't see underneath that other side. She placed herself there, and it's tragic. They just didn't understand that. They were trying to act like they did on purpose. They couldn't see her.
Yeah.
There's blind spots to when you're, I get it. They didn't like the operation. I think they were knocking down. I can't remember. That's been a long time ago. I can't remember if they were knocking down a terrorist home or just clearing a buffer. I get it. But can't get close like that. You got to stay back. You're not, don't put yourself in a danger zone. It's a tragic thing, but just didn't have any business to be on that spot. But these stories kind of pop up from time to time. People know that they're going to get attention. I mean, if you look at the press, especially certain ones, I'm not going to name them. If you look at their reporters' names that are reporting on this, it's pretty obvious their affiliation.
Yeah.
Just pay attention to do a little research of who's doing the story and what company is doing that story. And then pay attention to how many times they do those stories. And it becomes pretty clear who's pushing what agenda. Or the ones they don't cover, just totally ignore. Won't even put on screen.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the old editors, for the newspapers, which I know we still have them. And I'm sure they still have those. But back in the day, the editors and their job was to decide what went on the front page, what even made the paper. And somebody's the gatekeeper to say, this is going on or this is not going on. Yes, you can cover it, or no, you can't cover it. And they make those decisions. They can bury a story or ignore a story, or they can highlight. And a lot of people today, especially with digital media, they're getting that stuff in snippets really fast. So you can plant a very powerful seed just by a quick news bite that pops on the screen. It's all marketing. They do research on that.
Yeah. Okay. If she does march into Gaza, Michael Thunberg, if she does make it into Gaza, she might regret that.
Well, right now it's a mess. But even in the times where it wasn't the destruction, they might allow her to obviously create the story. I mean, they were manipulators of the stories too, just like any other group.
Yeah.
Of course, they could care less about her, but they would use the attention.
Yeah. And not for the benefit of the people of Palestine. It'd be for their own.
No. No, it would always be just to control the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what she seems like a person that has some problems. Again, I don't know her, but it's I don't know.
Yeah, she's got some issues. So
The world is full of them.
and they still got, and I hate to even talk about this, but I feel a need to, as a parent, and you're a parent, I know this story absolutely sickens me. This guy that killed his daughters over there in Washington, and three little girls that he killed. He did not have custody. He was doing visitation, I think. He was supposed to have them back on time, and they found him dead. This guy's escaped to the mountains, and they're still looking for him. This is another one. I don't know what his issues are. I don't know what his mental state is. But this is another one that you fix with a big long piece of rope, big tall tree and a short piece of rope. This is how you fix that. Because anybody that can do that can never, ever be trusted back into society again. And would it not be cruel and unusual punishment to lock them away in a hole for years and years? You can't fix that. You can't fix the guy that's throwing the Molotov cocktails at old people. This is not stuff that you can fix. A lot of people would tell me, and I'm sure they're out there. Oh, we need to be compassionate. We need to be compassionate. Where was their compassion for either one of them? For whatever reason, be it because they're crazy, be it because they're mentally disturbed, whatever their reasoning, there's no compassion there. And it's hard to be compassionate toward the discompassionate. It's just like you were talking about a while ago about the media taking bits here and bits there. and legacy media. I'll say legacy media, and throwing all their little ideas and thoughts out there, and they have no compassion in any story they tell. Their whole compassion and their whole drive in life is to tell their version of events, their version. And by their version, I mean their parties, their political affiliations version of the story. That is their whole push and drive in life. How can we twist this to make it look like this? How can we turn that so it looks like that? That's what I've been saying and harping for so long. We need to do away with opinion pieces. We need to do away with what they think. We need to get back to reporting the news. But Americans, we're too lazy. We want someone to tell us what to do and what to think. We don't want to make our own opinions. Don't tell me what I should think. I don't think that, and I don't believe that. You tell me that. We've drank the Kool-Aid, Dave. We've drank it.
Well, speaking of media, and on a somewhat lighter note, a beloved Virginia radio personality was arrested after he drunkenly tried to drive through a crime scene. Law enforcement was investigating. This is off of New York Post. Brandon Stokes, known by his stage name as Shaggy at Virginia Beach's Z104. He allegedly showed signs of intoxication as he tried to enter a closed-off surrounded area by law enforcement on Virginia Beach Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. He said that he owned. There was a guy there who was holding a replica gun outside a self-storage building. They were dealing with this guy anyway. The 43-year-old radio personality, he owns a roller skate just feet away from where the shooting happened, said he had property nearby and insisted he was allowed to drive through. They repeatedly told him he could not enter, but the disc jockey would not take no for an answer. He became belligerent with slurred words and was cussing law enforcement officers on the scene. One officer noted a strong smell of booze on his breath. He agreed to take a preliminary breath test. He was 0.18, twice the legal limit over in Virginia. Shaggy was taken into custody. Shaggy, you got you a story, I guess. I hope you still have a job at the station.
Doink, Scoob. Doink.
I don't know if that's the way to get your name in the news or whatever, but Shaggy, you've done it.
Yeah. Michael, I appreciate the thought there. Mike said, Rob, I'll send you a link that you can see what you are supposed to say. I'll pass on that, sir. I appreciate it. And if there was anybody that I was going to read what they were going to say or think what they told me, it might be you. But I'll make my own opinion, sir. But thank you. I appreciate that. So I dare say Shaggy's going to spend some time in the big house for a little while anyway for that little fiasco. Well, he might be out on bail now. But could you imagine Shaggy in jail? He drops the
Hey, Shaggy Z104, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah.
What you in for?
He said, I'm not in for a long time, just a good time. Wait a minute.
Oh, you know he got ribbed. Hey, man, I listen to you every morning.
Yeah. We love you. Will you be my cellmate? You got a real first smile on you.
We had a radio personality up here that lost their job due to it was an altercation between them and another set. Road rage got out of hand and lost their job.
Oh, out of the cell, you hear that song. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now. You're not fooling me, 'cause I can see the way you shake and shiver.
And the fact that he owned a roller skating place, it makes it even a better story.
Yes.
Oh, they could have a bust out of jail celebration, you know. I'm free. I'm free. Free
Go to
skating for the first hour. Let's go.
yeah.
Oh man, market it. You know, use it. That's it.
Yeah,
Well,
use it.
you might need it. I mean, that job might be gone.
Yeah, and then you could play that. Oh, I know what song they could play for the whole first hour. They could play the Scooby Dooby Doo song, and then they could be playing like a Macho Man. Shaggy will be hollering, Scooby, where are you? Hey, Scoob!
Well, he'd be wishing he had those Scooby snacks in jail. That food's pretty rough.
He might be getting a real Scooby snack. Would you do it for one Scooby snack? What about for two Scooby snacks? 3 Scooby snacks? Okay. Oh, we got to change that. We got to stop. Oh, we've been harsh on poor Scooby this morning. Oh my goodness.
He has since bonded out, and he was back in the studio to host. He is a morning show the following day.
Michael, right over here.
Later assured fans that everything was going to be okay. Promise you all is well. I'm good. Happy Thursday. There he is inside the Z104 studios. I don't know who these officers are.
You got to pick that up.
Well, it's I was looking on my iPad, but I don't know if I can. Oh,
We got to see what this guy looks like. Does he look like Scooby or Shaggy? Or does he just look Shaggy? Oh, please look like Shaggy. Please look like Shaggy. Oh, that would be absolutely amazing if he actually looks like Shaggy as well. Oh my gosh. What's that sound, Scoob? Well, I don't know, Raggy. Oh my gosh. You know, Shaggy and Scooby were both dope heads, right? How else do you explain them getting up in the middle of the night, going around some scary place, thinking they're going to find a sandwich or a kitchen that's working or a cake or something, whatever? They're always, always looking for food. Always. Shaggy might hear, hey, 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 it's Bad Albert.
Where's Shaggy?
Dude, that's pretty stinking close. That is close, dude. He's got the goatee. Well, wait a minute. He's got like the 3-hair goatee or 6-hair goatee. Go back up there. Got the longish hair. Yeah. Oh, dude. I'm telling you, that could be Shaggy. Go back to that one right there. Look there. He's got that little goatee thing going on. Yeah. He's Raggy.
Oh my goodness.
That explains a lot. Okay. We'll go with it, sir.
Oh man.
Michael says if you talk to a dog and the dog talks back, you might be an acid or on it. There might be some weird stuff going on there. Oh my goodness. But well,
I just don't go to jail down there, and don't let them give you a nickname as you're going in. You got fired up at that officer. I don't want to see you snap and have to be hauled in, and they got some nickname for you as you go into jail.
Changes it from Scooby to Scrappy. Scrappy Doo was Scooby Doo's little cousin or whatever. Put him up, put him up, put him up. Oh my goodness. So, well, 70 million Democrats are waking up thinking they won. Huh? You talking about with the DMs and yeah, what I love is I'm really starting to like Fetterman more and more. I hate to say this. I could not stand this guy at first, but I'm really starting to like him more and more. He keeps throwing stuff out there that the Dems hate, and they hate to see, and they hate to hear. He keeps throwing this stuff out there. Now they're calling him a maverick on Fox News. So this is off Fox News. It says Maverick Democratic Senator John Fetterman dissed members of his own party Thursday for suddenly backing Elon Musk during his feud with President Donald Trump. Oh, amid the let's see, Fetterman, who's built a reputation for bucking his own party on issues like immigration and support for Israel, was quick to call out the inconsistency of his fellow Democrats Thursday. The Dems, we've been dumping all over Musk and vandalizing Teslas or whatever, and now suddenly we might be more back into him.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago that Tesla was like the virtue signaling kind of accessory for Dems, Fetterman said. I would never want to vandalize Tesla, and the big, beautiful bill is wrong for America. So, from my perspective, I just tried to be consistent through that. And now they're like, oh, we love him. We love him. Look at him. Look at him. Look what he's saying. Look what he's doing. Isn't this great? Ugh. I don't know. Yeah, Michael, I'm kind of thinking the same thing too. I think there's something going on there, and it'll work out here very shortly. I think I've seen some reporting on, and one thing that would just crack me up too would be like after a couple of days, they both show up together on stage somewhere and go, just kidding. So, one of the favorite things that the Dems do is, hey, look over here, look over here, look at this over here, look at this big thing that's happening over here. Look at this over here. While on the other side, they're doing something else completely different, pushing some agenda or something. And it'd be funny as heck if that trick got pulled right back on them. I would find humor in that. But, Trump can't do that. Because if he tries to do the same tactics that they use, they'll try to impeach him. So they don't like it. They don't like it when somebody uses their tactics against them.
Police officers in North Carolina detained and rescued a monster 10-foot alligator they nicknamed Pepe the Gator sunbathing on a busy road and charged him with suspicion of being a dinosaur. Witnesses said he was just chilling and snapping, clearly ignoring the no loitering or lounging on roadway sign in Onslow County The sheriff's office wrote, Pepe has been cited for suspicion of being a dinosaur without proper papers, public loitering with intent to sunbathe, and obstructing traffic. Responding deputies and officers from North Carolina Wildlife Resource Commission who got the call managed to safely remove Pepe, but not before posing for pictures where they straddled him like rodeo riders. He was 10 feet long and 400 pounds. An absolute monster, they said.
You know, I don't think I'd want to straddle one that size.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
a big one.
Like I says, Tesla stock dropped yesterday. It went up last night after hearing last night late, President Trump and Elon were having a peace talk. I was up late watching what was happening. And he said, I've seen the gator pictures.
A big gator.
Yeah. Oh, and they get bigger by far, but that's still a big gator.
He just wanted to get out on the road. He's on a road trip.
He's just sunbathing. He probably didn't have on the proper sunbathing attire, so they didn't realize. If he'd have had on, a Speedo.
Yeah, he was naked. I mean, he didn't have any.
Yeah. But if he'd have had on a Speedo, it would have been okay.
His tail was showing.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. His tail was showing. Really showing his tail. Oh.
It's cool. They deal with so many crap calls. That's a call they can kind of have some fun with. That's cool.
Yeah.
Take you back somewhere where he'll enjoy life. The way people drive today, he don't need to be on the road. Good grief.
Yeah.
Imagine running over a gator that size, not seeing it. People playing on their phone, put makeup on, combing their hair, eating or something. All of a sudden, you're hitting a 400-pound gator. Wow.
As you're driving over your car, bounces you up, you get a concussion from the roof where you bounce up and hit the top. And, you've got your head leaned forward on the steering wheel, blood flowing everywhere. The gator's not hurt. It smells blood. It starts crawling towards your car or walking towards your car. Reaches up with its little scaly foot, opens the door, and looks at you as he swings the door open with his head. Like, punch. My back hurts now, you sucker. You better have some Tylenol in there.
Can you imagine being pulled over to take a phone call or something? Got window down, and you're not paying attention. You're all in this call. You get off the call and you see some movement out. And you look over and there's that thing crawling towards you. There would be some people really freak out.
Gators are a little bit creepy anyway. I like to think that I could, I realize I'm from the deep south and we have alligators around here. And I like to think I'd be pretty cool about it. But a 10-foot alligator crawling towards you in the dark, that's kind of creepy, dude. That is creepy. I don't know that I could keep my cool for that.
I know, man. That's
Everybody might be like, well, where's Rob? Where's that alligator? Where's Rob? Where's that alligator? Bow, bow, bow. There's both of them right over there.
Well, it would definitely petrify some people.
Oh, Oh, here's a good one.
He's pretty good size.
Oh yeah. Did they name him Shaggy? Oh, they could have named him Scooby. Then they could have thrown him in jail with Shaggy. We could have had Shaggy and Scooby in the same cell, maybe. That would be interesting. When I was in Louisiana, I was driving an 80 Camaro or my 72 VW. Hitting a gator was the worst thing that could happen. So I was on edge driving. There you go. uh, I'm trying to find where. Looks like they were from south of the border, but that would be making an assumption. But I want to make sure it doesn't say. Okay, so I'm gonna let folks make their own opinion. This story's coming off Fox. This is another good one. Uh, all right, first thing I want to do. This is off Fox News, and we're talking about San Diego authorities arrest 3 non-citizens allegedly involved in transporting more than 5 million worth of meth. Federal and local authorities involved in the seizure said there were 61 bundles of methamphetamine into 3 vehicles. And these are non-citizens. They arrested 3 men in the United States illegally. 2 from Mexico, 1 from El Salvador. 8,000 pounds of methamphetamine. 8,000 pounds.
Wow.
And it's already in the country, but they found it. So they can do away with it. But, that's already here. How many more vehicles like that are coming through? That's 3 vehicles, and they found 8,000 pounds of methamphetamine. Come on. Oh, my goodness.
It's crazy the amount of stuff that's coming in.
Yeah, still. And we're supposed to have our borders closed, and that's already here. Are they making it here now? I mean, I'm sure they are, but, oh, that's crazy.
Like I said, killing our sons and daughters. Got to take it to them. We don't need to put up signs or warnings. We just need to take it to the manufacturers of this stuff, these major cartels, and at least slow it down. I say light them up. We don't need justification anymore. They won't take care of it. They won't even slow it down.
No, they won't.
You can't totally stop it. It's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of ways to sneak in drugs, but these massive hauls, I mean, let's just start lighting them up. Use all of our intelligence capability, find out where the labs are, make it dust. It'll be an ongoing operation for the safety and security of Americans. I have no problem with it.
None whatsoever. Then let China send stuff over to Mexico, but there's no one there to get it, But, there again, that's another element of the whole China thing. All right. They keep pumping these drugs into Mexico to the cartels to sell here. So if we don't act, then it keeps the drugs flowing and they can attack us from the inside. If we do stand up and we lock it down, then we're at war against the cartels and Mexico. Because let's face it, the cartels run Mexico. Mexico does not run Mexico. You have the cartels. So now you have the United States with tensions with their southern neighbor, which is what they want. China wants. They want us, spread out as thin as possible, So then when they go through and say, okay, now we're taking Taiwan back, we're going to have to worry about this stuff with Mexico, we have to worry about this stuff with Canada, we have to worry about all this other stuff going on. That's what they want. And the whole time we're dumping money into this. And that just works to their favor too.
Well, sometimes you just get caught, whatever, but you got to deal with it. I mean,
yeah. Let's deal with it.
The Taiwan thing is a maybe. Everybody believes at some point they'll do it, but what we do know is happening is this is happening every day. So you deal with what is right now, and you prepare for the eventual. And we need to decide what we're going to do on that. Are we going to go with war with China if they hit Taiwan? We need to know that. We've got agreements, but are we going to follow up with that? That's a whole other question. But what we do know is this is happening right now. So you deal with the threat you have instead of, and you prepare for the potential invasion of Taiwan.
Yeah.
And I mean, they make plans on this. I'm certainly not privy to it, but we do have agreements in place and have had for decades to defend Taiwan in case of that scenario happening. And they've been making threats, flying sorties, war games, everything else, even breaking their airspace.
Yeah.
But what we do know is happening is we got this flow of drugs coming in constant. Got to do something.
Yeah. Well, if we get this border 100% locked down and just have specific points of entry like we're supposed to have, and lock the border down, it may be slow. You can have multiple points of entry, and it may be slow. It may slow things down for a while till everybody gets used to it, or until people figure out they can't get away with driving across it with this stuff, and stop it, and stop the flow. Don't slow it down. Stop it. I want it stopped. And these people in this country that are making it, they need to be charged as terrorists too.
And to the idiot that attacked us for one of our things we did for Patriot, we highlighted the American flag. And so this idiot comes into our stream and leaves a comment that all flags are made in, or most flags are made in China. So we're supporting communism. Sir, you're an idiot. There are American flag companies here who make flags, and I deal with them and have bought flags from them. Every flag is not made in China. Yes, there are many of them that are, and Vietnam and other countries too. But just because we're promoting the American flag does not mean we're supporting communism. You, sir, are an idiot. Go away. My God. I mean, loons. Just
when
loons.
was this?
I have. It was on one of our social streams. They didn't curse, but they just said that there's that. You're supporting communism. Shut up.
I love how people just automatically assume it had to be a Democrat. It had to be.
God.
Because, they automatically assumed that because we had a flag up there, we bought it from a Chinese manufacturer. That we wouldn't have a good grace of common sense.
It was a logo anyway.
Flag from an American flag maker.
Yeah, it wasn't even a real flag. It's a logo. It's made up. It was. My God, when I have bought flags, and I've bought a lot of flags, different kinds. There are companies that I deal with, and I order from them. I look and see where flags are coming from when I order them like that.
Yeah, it's important to us.
I mean, as with a lot of products, I try as often as I can. I'm not going to say I don't ever buy something that has made in China on it. I have, but I have on the flags. There's flag companies that I deal with because I want to support them. They're stitching them right here in America. That's American jobs, making American flags and all of the flags. But just stupid.
Yes, Michael, you are right on that. Amen to that.
The same idiot probably went down to the pharmacy and got his medication that was shipped in from China.
Yeah, way to support communism.
What a loser.
Hey, you buy any clothes made in China? His underwear probably comes from China. You should do away with that and not support yourself in multiple ways.
I just, I very rarely respond to any comments. I really, the mean ones, I just let them go because you can't win. But in this one, I made an exception. I just said, sir, I am well aware that many flags do come from other places. However, I also am a person who has researched and knows what flag companies are based right here in America, and I buy from them. So there you go. No, I'm not promoting communism. Shut up. I didn't say shut up, but I'm saying it today.
And it's not even a real flag, moron. It's an image.
It's an image. My God. Jeez.
Hey.
I wonder where this guy's blow up doll came from.
Hey, this guy, his blow up doll? Did you say his blow up doll?
Yeah, I'm saying it. His little China girl.
You know,
playing David Bowie in the background.
Hey, he better not eat any at a Chinese buffet either, or
That's
fried
right.
rice, or egg rolls. You're supporting communism when you do that. Target, jackleg, jackwagon. Dude, you need to forward me some of these. We need to start putting some of our hate mail up. We talked about doing this a long time ago. We need to save some of our hate mail and put it up because we do get a little bit, and and we said a long time ago. And I've been looking forward to it and waiting for it. You know.
Do you want me to put the ones up that call you fat? Because we've had those too.
Yeah, go ahead and put them up too.
Me too. We had one the other day that said we had the IQ of 76 and the calorie intake or something of 700 something pounds or something. I don't know. We get them, man. We get them. I mean, I just usually ignore them. So, you know.
No, we need to celebrate these. We need to have, hey, look, that could be a special thing on
I was going to do it on the vent.
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to do it on the vent.
Yeah, let's do it on the vent. That'll be funny. Let them wear it out.
Honestly, we don't get that many, but we are starting to get more and more.
Let's respond to them. We should respond to them. It's only fair. They want to throw what they think up out there. We should throw what we think up out there. Well, I think you're fat. I think your head's empty. You know, your belly's so big. Yeah, well, your ass is so big. We can, the thing is, see, we're out here on the air. Y'all could see us. These knuckleheads that reply on all this hate mail and stuff, we can't see them. We have to make assumptions. You know, I'm just saying. So we'll do our best, to guess, while some loser's down in his mother's basement tapping away, acting all big and tough because, nobody can see him and ridicule his dumb thoughts. He's a Democrat, of course, or she. They're a Democrat, and they're out there. Hey, you're stupid. You're fat. You're dumb. And they're living in their parents' basement, weigh 600 pounds, can't get up out of their seat there. They have, like greasy stains when they do stand up on the back and everything else. I'm just saying. We should definitely give them a chance. Let's air it out there for everybody to see and hear, and let's respond. I'm not afraid. Love smokehouse joint. Hey. What are you smoking? Are you smoking brisket? Ooh, that'd be cool. And if they direct any of it to any of our guests or anything, we should give them a chance to respond as well. Could you imagine Miss Elizabeth on there, and they say something mean to her? Well, you just go to hell. You smoke a big old fat turd while you're there.
Oh, wow. We had a wild show that night.
That would be hilarious. Or Steve, I don't care what you say as long as I get a picture of AOC. And Steve, I don't know if you were watching Cornbread Nation last night. The comments that I made about you dragging your butt across the floor like a dog, don't read too much into that. Okay, I was just having fun. You know, and I know that Dave and I both did laugh at that comment, and did agree that there would be payment. I would get a receipt for that eventually, and yeah, love you, but oh. No, he's listening. I would say I want to get on this hate mail fun, but keeping it clean would severely restrict my ability to cyberbully the douchewaggons. Look, this word swap, dude, word swap, word association. That's the key. Now, granted, I did not do a very good job of word association yesterday, so you know. I was at that market manning my vendor tables. Hey, was that successful last night? We haven't heard. It's a yes or no. Make it quick. Because I don't know. We still got a little bit of time. Dave don't have to drop kids off at school. It's summertime. So.
It'll take him a minute to respond. He has to get that rubber band wound up as he's taking off from the red light.
Either that or he has to pull his pants up where he's dragging his butt across the floor.
Oh. Oh.
He said, I had fun, but I didn't get any sales. However, I'm pretty sure the rain had something to do with that. I am quite sure it did, sir. I am quite sure that it did. So you keep having fun with it, and it'll come around. I am sure. All right. Well, y'all have. We on past a little bit past 7:00 here this morning. Y'all have a great day today on Friday. Get through the day, and then let your weekend begin. We love you guys. We couldn't do this show without y'all, and y'all make it fun, and we do appreciate it. We appreciate all the follows, and subscriptions. Y'all please do that. It helps us out. And as we continue to grow right here on the Southern Fried Podcast daily, and we're so glad that all y'all support us, and we do appreciate it. We feel extremely blessed for that. All right, Dave, you got anything?
Yeah, I was going to tell Steve, I will buy 2 things off that table that you didn't sell if at the next vendor event you will put an ad for the Southern Fried Podcast on your table as well. 2 things. You pick. There's your challenge. Friday night, folks, front porch talking. Let's talk D-Day. Let's honor our soldiers. Let's honor let's see what we can bring up tonight on about D-Day. Anything you want to do. Let's honor the troops.
Well, it won't be about D-Day, but can I talk about my granddaddy a little bit tonight? He did fight his way all the way across.
Well, I said honor troops. I mean, but it is in honor of D-Day. Let's make it military tonight. And if you want to honor your loved one who served, we'll put the names on the screen tonight. They don't have to have been in war, just that they served. Yeah. And I'll put my dad's name up. But let's do that tonight in honor of America and the sacrifice has been made for freedom.
Absolutely. Let's do that.
I love you, Steve.
That's what he said. I heard it. He said you painted
out of gold. Oh, I didn't know when you was painting them in the paint shop over there. You were painting them with gold leaf.
Shoot, no. That's not gold leaf, sir. That's just regular old triangles. It's not made from Chinesium, sir.
Well, I have one of those on my wall. You can see it behind me. It didn't cost no $10,000.
Well, it might have.
Unless he gave us one heck of a discount.
Let me see if I can up my screen here so I can see what I'm doing here. That is the book about my granddaddy. It's written by my aunt, Rita McVeigh. That's his daughter. fighting to live again. And on the back, you can see my grandma and my grandpa. Picture of them.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Well,
I would
Steve,
like to.
what was the price you had on them on the table? That's what I want to know. And don't say 10 grand.
Hey, he needs to buy a bigger forge. That easy bake oven only heats up so much at a time, sir. Temporary reverse discount. Yeah. Tell him, so new forges aren't cheap, sir. Support American quality. Thank you for your purchases. Oh, there you go. All right, so we will talk D-Day. We will talk vets tonight, German, World War II vets a little bit. If there's anybody that y'all want to celebrate, send them to us. We'll put their names up. We'd be happy to.
Let's do it.
All right, we'll do it. All right. Well, Dave, go get your Friday done. I'm going to get my Friday done. And y'all get y'all's Friday done. Let's just have a great day and let's get it done. Let the weekend begin. Unless you got to work this weekend, and let your week begin. All right. Love you guys. Thank y'all. Salute. You know what? I was on here yakking, and I didn't get down to where I was supposed to be here. Why did I not get down to where I was supposed to be? There we go. All right. Have a great day.
Yes, Robert and Dave, y'all. Southern Fried, talking wide, live shows, we keep it tight. SFP, bring the heat, every day and every night. We talk Southern things, boots and rings, front porch rocking while the rooster sing. From the morning prayer to the evening chat, if you ain't tuned in, where you at? We keep it real, we keep it right. Southern folks talking all day, night.